When Jai Jawan-Jai Kisan changed a life, how a textile trader became India's farming warrior, the story of 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal. When India was reeling from the aftermath of war, not one, but two devastating battles. The year was 1965. On one side, bullets from Pakistan echoed across the border. On the other, Indian fields had dried up, food was scarce, and people were suffering from severe hunger. The country's condition was so dire, people were yearning for every single grain. And then, even the US showed its true colors. In the name of relief, it sent a consignment of wheat so poor in quality that it left people wondering, was this even fit for human consumption? Wrote 10, foul-smelling, red wheat. It was a time when the nation was shaken. But amid this crisis, one voice rose and gave the country hope. It was Lal Bahadur Shastri with his iconic call, Jai Jawan-Jai Kisan. That slogan didn't just inspire a nation, it shook the conscience of a young man in Delhi. He made a life-changing decision to leave behind his family's traditional textile business and dedicate his life to serving farmers. That young man is now known as 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal, the founder of Dhanuka Agri-Tech, and a powerful figure in India's agricultural transformation. Today, we will explore this inspiring story in depth. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. Let's dive into today's powerful journey without any delay. After completing his studies at Sri Ram College of Commerce in Delhi, 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal stood at a crossroads. One path was the familiar, time-tested route of his ancestors, the textile business. The other was a completely new and unfamiliar path, one that had nothing to do with farming or pesticides. But that one slogan from Lal Bahadur Shastri changed the entire direction of his thinking. He not only surprised his family, but showed the country that if the intent is pure, bringing change is not impossible. He recalls that during those days, hotels and restaurants would remain closed on Mondays. People observed fasts. This was the impact of Shastriji's emotional appeal. For the first time, the nation witnessed that a prime minister's heartfelt call could move millions to willingly skip a meal. 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal was deeply moved by this. He declared at home that he would now pursue a profession related to farming. His family thought it was just a passing emotional phase of a young man, that it would fade with time. But 𝐼𝐺 had made up his mind. And when someone is truly determined, no obstacle holds power. Taking his first step toward agriculture, 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal took advantage of a government policy that allowed the private sector to enter the fertilizers and pesticides industry. But the road was far from easy. In North India at that time, people were afraid of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. They believed these would make the land infertile. However, in South India, farmers thought differently. They took the risk and reaped the rewards. Their yields increased by 1.5 to 2 times. This is where 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal's journey truly began. He opened his first office in Hyderabad, a small space, a handful of employees, and a big dream. But this dream wasn't just about business, it was about making India self-reliant in food production. This journey, which began in 1974, still serves as an inspiration even after 6 decades. As the business grew, he turned his attention to a factory in Gurgaon that had been established in 1960 but had shut down due to losses. In 1980, he purchased that factory. This became the turning point from where Dhanuka Group's industrial expansion took off. At that time, India was under the license Raj. Every move required government approval. Import duties were as high as 150%. Foreign companies held monopolies. But 𝐼𝐺 never gave up. He handed over the responsibility of the Hyderabad office to his younger brother and returned to Delhi to build the future. No bank was willing to give him a loan. He had to rely on private loans and at high interest rates. But his belief never wavered. Times changed, and his hard work paid off. Today, the same banks that once refused him now line up at his office doors. In 1985, he established his first publicly listed company, Dhanuka Pesticides Limited. This company proved to be a boon for Indian farmers. He shared that in 1992, he played a key role in bringing the renowned American company DuPont to India. By the fourth year, one of their products had reached sales of 1 million liters, a record at the time. Farmers lined up at stores to buy it. And all this happened just as India was taking its first steps toward economic liberalization. But while it may sound easy today, the journey was anything but. When he entered the stock market, his company's shares were priced at just 2 rupees. Recently, they had climbed as high as 1,800 rupees. His company didn't just stay confined to pesticides. He also ventured into the pharmaceutical sector, set up a unit in Manesar and later took over Orchid Pharma in Chennai. Within just 4 years, the company became debt-free. Whenever 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal talks about farmers, he feels a deep sense of responsibility. He believes that the use of pesticides is necessary, but only in the right quantities and through scientific methods. That's why his company launched 2 call centers where farmers can call and get expert advice. He also shared an interesting incident related to a pesticide developed in collaboration with DuPont. There was an American caterpillar pest that wouldn't die from any regular pesticide. They created a new formula and demonstrated it to farmers, spraying the pesticide on the tree, laying newspapers underneath, and showing how the pests fell off. But the product was so effective that it required careful usage. DuPont made wearing a mask mandatory. However, Indian farmers were not used to wearing masks, which led to dizziness and even hospital visits. This made 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal realize that awareness campaigns were just as important as selling the product. Considering India's growing population and shrinking farmland, 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal strongly believes that adopting new technology is essential. Without technological support, neither productivity will increase nor will farmers' income. He also advocates for collective marketing so that farmers can receive fair prices for their crops. Today, 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal has retired. But his work continues. His son, daughter-in-law, and now even his grandson have stepped into the same field. The family that once ran a textile business for 100 years is now counted among the biggest names in India's agricultural sector. This isn't just a story of business. It's a story of vision, transformation, inspiration, and that passion which compels an individual to make history. There was a time when India accepted rotten wheat from the US, and today, the same nation is making a name for itself in agricultural exports. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It is the result of hard work, sacrifice, and foresight, qualities that 𝐼𝐺 Aggarwal represents.
This video has taught you something new. Do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.